the creation, the authorization of the students and the supervisors is working perfectly good for a server-side application in the database. And once I just run the project, the backend, the server-side project, I have the ability to see the all of the APIs. So this will be used by the clients in order to make the requests and see what kind of data is required by that request. For example, earlier we did a post request to create a student. So this is the request itself. This is the description of that request. Once I open it, I will be able to see all of the data required, and I can actually try this out. This tool is very helpful while creating a backend applications. It's called a Swagger. And it also shows all of the implemented functionalities so far. As we can see, we also have all of the related functionalities to the supervisor, all of the related functionalities to the user, students, and to the supervisees. Supervisees are the objects, are the entities within the system, which represents the link between the supervisor and student. So in order to connect the student to the supervisor, we have to provide a supervisor ID and a student object. Sorry, we have to provide a student number. It's going to be enough. While making the request, we have to provide a supervisor ID. We can actually try this out. In order to try this, we have to have a look at our database, the supervisor table, and the data. So at the moment we have a supervisor ID. We have just one supervisor in our database by this ID, and we have different students with their student numbers assigned to that supervisor. So we're going to assign our newly created student with this student number to the existing supervisor, who is Janet Smith, for example. In order to make this, in order to perform it, I have to go to the postman, or I have another option to going and trying this out in the Swagger application by clicking this try it out button. And this is the data that I have to send with the request. So this has to be my student number, and within the request path I have to include the supervisor's ID. And this ID is not a university ID or university number. This is the unique ID of the supervisor within the database, which is this one. Just for the demonstration purposes, I'm going to make it big. Okay, so I'm going to add this one, and I'm going to execute. Before executing, I want to make sure that there is no student assigned to the supervisor, so there is no ID that we need, that we're using now. Executing, and we're getting a response with the status code 200, which is a success, and we have a small response data here as well. And if we check out our database, nothing changed yet, but we have to update it. So once I click the update button, I can see the new new student is assigned to the supervisor. This is the essential requirement, because once the students and the supervisors are logged into the application or registered, they have to be able to see their supervisors, and this can be done only if they are assigned to the supervisors. So this operation is done manually by the supervisors before students are registered to the application. After they register the application. So and the students can request or do anything related to the supervisors. Do anything, any logic or any functionality related to the supervisors only after if they were assigned to the supervisors.